Hello everyone, it's your girl Tanya from Books and Brown Liquor. Thank you for tuning in to another chapter. Now, this is my book review. I just finished this book. It is The Hacienda by Isabel Canas? Isabel Canas, because the N has like a little accent over it. I would describe this book as a beautifully written Gothic haunting. So I say that because the reason I chose this book is because I saw someone do a book review on it, and she talked about how this woman, she marries this guy, she moves into his house, and then the haunting begins. And I was like, sold! But I say beautifully written because I really like the author's writing style. I love the way it starts out like a regular novel. It takes place during the Mexican Revolution. Basically, we have our main character. She is a young Mexican woman. This takes place in like the 1800s, right? And her father was killed during this war, the Mexican War, right? So this is during a time where a woman's station in life had a lot to do with either her family or who she married. So basically her family is pretty much in ruins after the death of her father. So they go to live with relatives that kind of have to take them in. They don't really want them there. So her whole goal is she has to find a husband. Because during a time when women don't really have rights other than like staying home, cooking and cleaning and having babies, her family is in ruins. They don't have money. So she meets a guy who he comes from wealth. He owns land, he owns a home, and he is like a important political figure. So marrying this dude, it solves all of her financial problems. I can marry this dude. I'm not going to be poor no more. I can improve my station in life, and problem solved, right? So she marries a dude named Rodolfo, and he moves her into his hacienda, his home, family home for generations. They have servants, they have workers, and now not only is she a wife, but marrying him has secured her a home, right, and status, the hacienda. So he welcomes her into this home. And she can't wait in her mind. Oh my gosh, we're going to fix it up. We're going to paint that blue. We're going to get new furniture because this is all old and dusty and everything. And she notices that when they go in the house, it's really weird. Like there's servants and everything, but it's dirty as hell. There's dust for days. Like, oh, that's okay. We can fix that. We can fix all of that. Yeah. So what happens is, when her husband leaves on business, she discovers that I'm hearing weird noises, and I thought I saw a shadow over there, and the house is so dirty because all of the servants are afraid to go in it. Well, he didn't tell me that before. Oh, but that's fine. I can pray it away. I can just pray it all away. Bitch, what? He has a sister who is her sister-in-law, and even the sister won't go in the house. One day when she first gets there, she's having a conversation with her sister-in-law, and she's like, yo, where's your room? And his sister is like, I'll sleep in there. Clue number one. Clue number one. The servants, basically, this is how it goes. You got this big, beautiful house. It's been neglected for years. It's dusty, it's dirty. Oh, and don't go into the north wing. It's all boarded up because, it was some weather damage. I can't remember, but don't go over there. And the house is dirty, and it's dirty because no one goes in there. Basically, the servants, they cook dinner, they clean the kitchen, they leave before nightfall. So you on your own. Bye, good luck. But what? And what I will say is the stuff that's going on in the house, well, it's not shy. It's like, yeah, it's me. I'm fucking with you. What you gonna do about it? Ain't no help around. So it starts out cool. It paints this beautiful scene, but all of a sudden the atmosphere gets really eerie because she's alone in this big dark house. Like I said, this book takes place in the 1850s. So there's no electricity. And this house is out in the country. So at night it's dark, dark. Okay? It's dark, dark. And there's a scene where like, oh my God, I feel so bad. I'm laughing, but I feel so bad. There's a scene where like she's going up the steps with a candle. You know, like a candle, because there's no electricity. Because in the country at night it's dark, dark. And this bitch got a candle. And like she's hearing noises and she's hearing something behind her. And she's running with a candle. And she like trips and falls and the candle goes out. I was like, yo, bitch, I would sleep on the porch. Fuck this shit. Rodolfo, when you coming back? It was creepy. It was creepy because the thing that was in the house, it purposely came after her and it was very aggressive, and her husband's gone and no one else really likes you or cares about you. They won't even come up in here. So yeah, that's scary as hell. In the middle of the dark in the country. And you know, in the country in 1852, it's dark, dark because there's no electricity. So anyway, as the story goes on, she discovers what's going on in the house. And yeah, it's a good story. I don't want to say too much. It is a haunting story, but there's a lot of history in this hacienda, if you will. And a lot of it is dark. A lot of it is very dark. And things that people bury always tend to come to light. That's all I'm gonna say. I enjoyed this book so much. I enjoyed this book so much. Even though it's creepy, the writing style is very beautiful. It kind of reads like a historical novel, but at the same time, it reads like a historical novel, but like at the same time, there's that haunting element too. And so the two kind of intertwine very nicely. And I enjoyed the story. I know she wrote other stories like Mexican Gothic. I don't know, but this is the first book I read by this author and I really loved it. Another thing I love is, I've told you before, I love books that are rich with culture. And so this book is like really rich with Mexican tradition and culture. And I love stuff like that. I love reading about how other people live in other parts of the world. And that was really interesting to me. So, excuse me, this book is worth it. This book is definitely worth it. It is 4.5 stars. It's a beautifully written story with like some haunting stuff too. And I think that sums it up because I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give away too much. I think this is definitely worth the read. So 4.5 stars. That's my opinion. I absolutely recommend it. Thank you for watching. I wish you good reading. Bye.